standing at his locker last week, a few days removed from his team's 24-17 wild card victory against the Ravens. Bengals wide receiver Ja'Marr Chase was lauding coach Zac Taylor for a game plan that moved him around in various formations and led to 9 catches for 84 yards and a touchdown. "Zac did a good job of that last game, moving me around, keeping me near the RPOs," Chase said. "That was pretty cool. That was one of the best game plans he's had." It only took 4 days for it to slide down a notch in Chase's rankings. What Taylor, offensive coordinator Brian Callahan, quarterbacks coach Dan Pitcher and offensive line coach Frank Pollock cooked up for Chase in Sunday's 27-10 divisional round destruction of the Bills wasn't anything new, but the frequency of it was. And the results definitely were. There were 9 plays, including 4 of the first 12, in which Chase spent time in the offensive backfield before the snap. He sometimes would start there and motion out. He stayed put a few times. Mostly he'd start in the slot and jet into an orbit motion behind quarterback Joe Burrow and whichever running back was in the game at the time, forcing the defense into difficult adjustments, which usually were flawed and occasionally fatal. At times you're changing the passing strength with him in the backfield, so then they've got decisions they've got to make about how they want to treat that, Taylor said. Sometimes it can prevent matchups. Sometimes it can mess you up. Sunday at Highmark Stadium, the Bills were mostly a mess. The Bengals gained 107 yards for an incredible 11.9 per play on those 9 snaps in which Chase occupied space in the backfield. 4 of them were passes, with Burrow completing all 4 for 66 yards, including the 28-yard touchdown to Chase to cap the opening drive. On the 5 run plays, Joe Mixon had 3 carries for 31 yards, Samaje Perine 1 for 7 and Chase 1 for 3. "This is motion formation middle fingering people," former Bengals quarterback and QB School founder J.T. O'Sullivan said during his breakdown of the game film on the QB School YouTube channel. "That is beautiful. That is art. World-class offensive construction," O'Sullivan continued while deconstructing the formation that created a 16-yard run by Mixon, his longest of the day. Let's take a closer look at each of the 9 plays. Play 1, 1st and 10, Cincinnati 32, 13:45 remaining first quarter, 3rd play of the game. Chase goes in orbit from right to left, leaving no receivers on the right side of the formation. He sits down at the 28 as a swing option in the flat, drawing coverage from Bills linebacker Tremaine Edmonds. But Burrow hits Tyler Boyd, who runs a switch release with T. Higgins, for a 23-yard gain on a corner route, putting the Bengals in Buffalo territory. Play 2, 2nd and 3, Buffalo 28, 11:48 remaining first quarter, 6th play of the game. Chase starts in the backfield and motions to the left slot. The Bills are playing zone, and Chase and tight end Hayden Hurst sit down in the zone, with Hurst in the flat and Chase in the middle about 5 yards downfield. Burrow steps up in the pocket when he feels pressure off the left edge, and 2 Buffalo defenders anticipate a check down to Hurst. Chase turns and sprints up the middle of the field and is wide open when he catches the ball at the 9 before splitting the safeties to find the end zone for the game's first points. "It was a good little package," Pitcher said. Play 3, 2nd and 5, Cincinnati 33, 9:24 remaining first quarter, 8th play of the game. Chase is lined up in the left slot before running orbit behind Burrow, dragging nickel corner Taron Johnson into the box while the 2 linebackers slide left, leaving the middle of the defense open. Right tackle Hakeem Adeniji pulls and obliterates Johnson, giving Mixon a huge gap to run through for a 16-yard gain.